This is a story that has never been told before. This is the untold life of Nikola Tesla to fall asleep to. The year is 1856 and the place is modern-day Croatia. A young boy was born who would change the world forever. His name was Nikola Tesla. His mother was Georgina and his father was Milo. Milos was a Serbian Orthodox priest and writer. He had written a book about the evil that was present in the Catholic Church in Croatia. Because of this book, he was hated by the Catholic Church, and his family lived in fear of what the church might do next. When Nikola was just 4 years old, the family moved to a village called. It was here that Nikola grew up. And it was here that he had his first vision when he was just 5 years old. He saw a pillar of light descend from the sky and it opened up like a book. Then images flashed through his mind and he saw everything that happened in the world. At the same time, he also felt the joy and sorrow of every person on the planet. And then he woke up. From this moment on, Nikola knew that he was connected to everything and everyone in the universe. When he was 7, his father bought him a book on natural philosophy. Nikola went through this book and taught himself everything that was inside it. By the age of 9, he already knew everything about electricity and magnetism. He then built an electric motor which shocked his father when he saw it. Unfortunately, the motor burned down. At school, Nikola was very smart and was able to pass all the grades quickly, but he was too arrogant for his teachers and they couldn't handle him. In 1871, at the age of 15, he left school. After this, he worked at a telegraph office. Here he made his first invention, and that was a device that could send multiple messages over one telegraph line. For this invention, he was given a gold medal and 2,000 francs. With this money, he enrolled at the Austrian Polytechnic in Graz, Austria. It wasn't long before Nikola became famous at university. His classmates loved him and his professors hated him. Just like at school, Nikola was too arrogant and didn't care about anyone else but himself. He spent most of his time in the university library where he read all the books on electrical engineering. He graduated with honors in 1878. After graduating, Nikola wanted to work for Thomas Edison. He wrote him a letter and told him all about his inventions and asked if he could work for him. Thomas Edison liked the letter and hired Nikola immediately, but when Nikola arrived at Edison's laboratory, he said something that offended Thomas. Because of this, Thomas hated Nikola, and their friendship was ruined. Nikola then got a job at a small company called the Continental Edison Company. Here he met George Schuyler. George was a wealthy businessman who loved fast cars. One day, George challenged Nikola to build him an induction motor that could drive his car. Nikola accepted the challenge and was successful. This was Nikola's first ever AC motor. George was so happy with this invention that he gave Nikola a huge amount of money, and this allowed Nikola to open up his own laboratory. In this lab, Nikola built a new and improved version of his AC motor. This motor was more efficient than any other motor in the world. George Schuyler was once again very impressed, and he introduced Nikola to some investors. Together they formed a company called the Tesla Electric Company. This company was going to produce Nikola's AC motors. But unfortunately, one of the investors stole all the money and the company went bankrupt. Despite this big loss, Nikola was still very rich. He now had enough money to open another laboratory and continue his research. It was here that he made his biggest breakthrough and invented alternating current. With AC, electricity could be sent over much longer distances, and it could be easily changed from high voltage to low voltage. All of this made Nikola famous, and he became known as the father of AC. But there was one problem. Thomas Edison hated Nikola and wanted to destroy him, so he started a war between AC and DC. This war would decide which type of current would power the world. Thomas used underhanded tactics to win this war and even killed several people who supported AC. Despite all the bad things that Thomas did, Nikola still respected him until one day when Thomas sent someone to steal his research notes. When Nikola found out what had happened, he immediately went to see Thomas. He confronted Thomas and asked why he had his research notes stolen. Thomas responded by saying that he didn't know what Nikola was talking about and that he should leave. Enraged, Nikola said, "I will bury you and your stupid DC from this moment on." Nikola devoted his life to destroying DC and proving that AC was the future. He created the Tesla coil and used it to transmit wireless energy around the world. He also built the Warden Cliff Tower. This tower was 57 meters tall and was going to be used to send electrical power to the entire world. Unfortunately, the tower was never finished because Nikola ran out of money. Because of his financial problems, Nikola spent the last years of his life alone in a hotel room. He died in New York City on January 7th, 1943. He died believing that the world would one day run on free energy. As you can see, Nikola Tesla was a very interesting man. He was a genius, but he was also very strange. He believed that numbers held the secrets of the universe, and he was obsessed with the number 3. He also believed that he could talk to pigeons, and he could make them do anything he wanted. Even though he was a genius, he was never able to finish any of his big projects. This was partly because he was too arrogant and didn't listen to anyone. But it was also because he was always thinking about new inventions and never finished the ones he started. If you want to know more about Nikola Tesla, click the link in the description. And don't forget to subscribe so that we can keep making these videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good night and see you soon.